The big ugly wall. The big ugly wall. So this wall, for as long as I can remember, has been just big and ugly. There's nothing about this space that says, let's help you. We want to help you. We need to paint this wall. I want to paint this wall.
Like, Sarah's really the one that had the vision to put something on here, because she's, you know, what she's envisioning is people coming in and sitting down and they've been through something really difficult. Like, the walls around them, if they feel too institutional, I mean, that's just, it's depressing.
When we collaborated with Jessica, I simply told her, I'm like, I want to represent what we do. What we do as law enforcement, what we do as the Victim Resource Unit, what mental health does. I want to showcase what we do for people.
People, it's one thing to make art, but then it's also the person who's viewing art, they bring something to the table. And the person who's requesting the artwork, you know, essentially what they're asking is for you to reflect their morals and their standards back to them. And it's not just a message to the victims, and the victims are very much the important part here, but also to reinforce for themselves what they want to see in themselves.
I wanted to make sure that it wasn't all rainbows and unicorns and fluffy and the bright side of things, because it's not always bright side. The bright side is actually the hardest part to get to. So I wanted to make sure that we represented law enforcement and how law enforcement plays such a key role in bridging, literally, bridging that gap between the bad and the good. The thin blue line flag is obviously, it's law enforcement. It represents law enforcement holding the line between good and evil.
I was trying to figure out a way to incorporate the blue line flag that wasn't going to be too, like, a flag on a pole, you know? So, and I'm drawing the stars, and then and then we could put some fog, and then I was, cool, you know, like, I like this. This is fun. This is good.
It's in the back, and it looks like the night sky. So if you don't know what you're looking for, you might miss it. Unfortunately, most of the bad cases, or most of our victims and our survivors and the individuals that we encounter that need our help the most, it happens at night. So the red and the blue it signifies the lights, the emergency lights. The bluebird signifies happiness. The owl signifies wisdom. The irises are for valor. The bridge was actually Captain Graham's idea. It's literally bridging the gap. That's what our unit does, Victim Resource. We are bridging that gap of victims and survivors to the resources that they need. We're bridging that gap. We all know that caterpillars eventually turn into butterflies, and the butterfly also represents the women's community too. Their symbol is a butterfly. We work hand in hand with them all the time. Credit goes to Jessica on this one. She did a very wonderful job portraying the individuals in the mural as gender and race neutral as possible, so that anybody could look at the mural and go, I can see myself in that mural. And I love that. I thought that was just great.
To have the opportunity to do something for people that I respect and appreciate, I mean, I'm just very grateful. And this, I guess, would be hands down the most heart of any project I've ever worked on, like ever, so.
I think for victims, survivors, I also hope that they see this, and without maybe ever expressing it, but it gives them that glimmer of hope that even though they might not be ready for that path, we're always going to be on that bridge waiting. When they are ready, we're going to be there. That we are there every step of the way. As far as like from the other side of things as a cop and having this on the wall for other law enforcement to see, it's a big deal. We officers, myself included, we need to be reminded of what we do. We need to be reminded of how important it is for us to be there when they need us the most. Even though not every situation ends up on the bright side, we're still making an impact somewhere, and we need to be reminded of that.